You know, this is the city literally where dreams are made. People who make it to the top floor. But there are those whose dreams completely get destroyed. My quest is to find the exceptional one, that one in a billion. The one who conquers all the challenges with all but one idea. To be that one in a billion. To be a unicorn. India is becoming the startup capital of the entire world. And this is our quest to find the next unicorn, the next company that's valued at $1 billion. Our adventure, our quest begins. This is Unicorn, chasing the startup dream.
There's a reason why we keep saying that the world of startups is a fascinating space in modern day business. There's never a dull moment. Let's rewind to the beginning of 2015 when the biggest investors in the game predicted that the jackpot for investments would be the food and technology startups. And we all sung praises of the new star of the Indian ecosystem, the food tech startup founder. While the prophecy may have stood true for most part of the year, the world now seems to be falling apart for two of the biggest food startups in the country. Big food ordering portals like Zomato and Tiny Owl are making headlines for mass layoffs and missed sales targets. But there are still scores of founders that cling to the food space and are convinced that their business model sets them apart from the rest. This is CookFresh, a startup that delivers customized recipes and ingredients right to your doorstep and helps you become a gourmet chef for a day. But here are some questions I want answers to. CookFresh's business model is very popular in the US. Will it survive in the Indian market? Is the food technology space becoming overcrowded? How will CookFresh stand out? Is the food tech industry a bubble that's going to burst and in need of self-correction?
So basically we're very big foodies and we always used to travel to eat. Now after a certain while when we started going to these new food courts and everything, I think the fresh element went away. That is where CookFresh came into being, and we thought why not work on a concept where freshness can be put in the front. And we assemble fresh ingredients for people to cook great meals and gourmet meals at home.
Young, dynamic, hardcore foodies who are bold enough to take risks and venture into a space that is the monopoly of bigwigs. These are the founders of CookFresh, Ayush Narang and Raghav Kohli. 23 and 27 years of age respectively, command a small team of 12, but they have big plans. They work out of a small but lively co-working space called the Founders Cafe with a young team in Delhi. Ayush and Raghav are aware of how competitive and overcrowded the food technology space is for startups, and that's why they ideate on new ways to disrupt the market with their 1.5-year-old startup. While they are young and lack the experience that may put seasoned startup founders ahead of them, their aim is to break into the food space with a unique delivery model that promises the customer two things: convenience and customization right at your doorstep. But what inspired the young founders to create a startup in an already overcrowded space?
Well, it takes a lot to discourage us, but I think initially a lot of people were confused as to what the concept really is, so we got a lot of queries about how we're different from ordering in from a restaurant, so that was a bit of a challenge for us.
So the target is to make CookFresh a lifestyle brand other than an experiential brand. We are endorsing this way of cooking where you get everything pre-portioned. I think it's a fantastic proposition and it's definitely the next billion-dollar idea.
A fresh quinoa salad, some spicy Vietnamese pho, delicate desserts to suit your palate, and a whole lot more. Want to be a gourmet chef without having to stress about recipes and ingredients? Turn to CookFresh. But how does this delivery portal make money?
When you order a recipe, we have 39 recipes on our menu. A customer receives a kit which has pre-portioned ingredients which are chopped and labeled, along with a recipe card which details how to cook that particular recipe. And all our recipes are designed in a way that they can be cooked in under 30 minutes.
The pricing is pretty competitive in comparison to any restaurant. The kind of dishes we are doing, we are far more economical, we are pretty competitive.
In terms of funding, we're completely bootstrapped right now. We're now looking to raise funds to scale up because we want to move to other cities and Primarily, we want to utilize these funds for technology infrastructure and in advertising.
CookFresh is yet to develop an app, but its website is optimized for the mobile, and that makes navigation pretty easy. Ordering dishes from CookFresh is fairly straightforward. There's a wide variety of gourmet dishes to choose from, and my pick today is the chicken Caesar salad. I have to admit, neat and clean packaging, fresh ingredients in just the right measurements, and on-time delivery, all this certainly made it easier for me to rustle up my chicken Caesar salad. My first brush with CookFresh didn't disappoint. My CookFresh box reached me right on time, and it seems quite impressive. I'm going to go meet the founders and find out if their business model is as attractive as their product seems to be. Now, a business model like yours does have a lot of takers in the international market. We can take the example of Blue Apron from the US. What are the challenges that CookFresh faces, especially in India?
I think the major challenges are people are not too much into cold storage over here. So when you talk about Blue Apron, they're in a subscription model where you get the entire package on a Monday and then you suffice through it throughout the week. Over here, they consider if you're getting this package same day as fresh. And logistics as well, like, you don't have cold storage, logistics, vendors per se. And I think these are the two major challenges. Rest, everything is fine. The convenience does kick in.
Okay, now a lot of VCs say that overfunding is a big problem in this startup space. What is your take on that?
I think it is. The only thing is you need to stick to your basics. If you have a plan, if you have a B plan that you're supposed to follow, getting more money should not change it. Like as CookFresh, we've always looked for money whenever we need it. It's not about just banking up and stacking up for the future.
But do you think the food tech space is like a bubble that's going to burst anytime soon?
It's not a bubble, yeah. So I think investors will keep on investing, the good companies will keep on getting funded. Yeah, how easy it looked that okay, anybody can go and get funded. That's not the case anymore. People are looking to invest, but they're not looking to burn their hands anymore. They've burnt enough. And the right models will get funded, they'll make it huge. And that's how it is.
Gourmet food delivered to you in a hot piping platter. This has been a convenience that most of us enjoy. And now, a startup promises to make you the perfect home chef and cut down on your grocery costs. Will they succeed? Let's see what the mentors say. Thank you. Our first mentor is Rajat Tandon, the Vice President of NASSCOM 10K Startups. Rajat is actively involved in scaling up the startup ecosystem in India and advises the many startups under the NASSCOM 10K program. Our second mentor, Siddharth Lal, is the Managing Director of Bruce Clay India. Siddharth is extremely passionate about internet marketing and is well known in the industry for his search engine optimization skills and social media initiatives. Let's see if CookFresh's online marketing is on point in his view.
I think CookFresh has come up with a great concept and they can capitalize on it. So I had a look at one of the recipes that they have out there, which is a Thai green curry. But all the title says is Thai green curry chicken. But how is the consumer looking for them online? It's very important that these kind of keywords, the recipe, the ingredients, the home delivery, are added into the title of the page. Because it's missing, when someone goes to Google, there's no chance that these guys are going to get found when the audience is looking for that exact thing.
The way to the heart is through the stomach. So really, I would say these guys will last, and you are bound to see some consolidation because at the end of the day, every startup will want to expand.
Here's a scenario for you. Flipkart has a valuation of around $15 billion and is evidently the unicorn that hobnobs in the exclusive club which most startups dream of. That's not all. The e-commerce giant is also poaching executives from other bigwigs like Google and Yahoo. The enigmatic founders Sachin Bansal and Binny Bansal have debuted on the Forbes India Rich List this year with an estimated net worth of $1.3 billion each. So we went and asked the founder of another unicorn, Paytm, which is valued at around $4 billion, that when will India stop calling unicorns like Flipkart and Paytm startups?
I would never want to be not a startup. The very reason that we've been able to change our business model many a fold and many a times is the reason that we treat ourselves as startups. Startups inherently try to survive and thrive. That is why they are on the toes. That is why they maximize what the opportunity is. If a team can make their own decisions versus a team requires a board to make a decision, I think that's the border when we should say these are no more startups.